Good morning, everyone. Pastor Ron Brown here with Pastor Lori Kistart from the First Congregational Church of Southington, Connecticut, for a preview of our worship services for this coming weekend.
So this upcoming Sunday, February 11th, we will begin worship on Sunday morning with our 8 a.m. worship service in the Barnes Memorial Chapel. Our chapel service is a brief worship service, an opportunity to gather together in a small community, hear a scripture reading and the sermon from Pastor Ron, sing a hymn together, and celebrate the sacrament of communion. So we invite you to join us 8 a.m. For our chapel service. We continue worship on Sunday morning with our 10:15 service here in our historic meeting house. Our 10:15 service has a variety of music styles, both traditional hymn as well as more contemporary music from Branches. In our 10:15 service, we also have a holy surprise, so a moment for children where we invite them to come forward, and then after the holy surprise, they're invited to age-appropriate church school lessons for the remainder of the service. Again, the scripture reading, sermon, prayers, and also celebrating the sacrament of communion during our 10:15 service. We do live stream our 10:15 service so that you can access that either joining us virtually for worship on Sunday morning, or it's archived and you can watch it later in the week.
So this week we continue reading through the Gospel of Mark, where we will be up and through Easter. This week we're going to read two stories from Mark, from chapters 8 and 9. The first is Jesus walking along with his disciples, asking them, "Who do people say that I am?" And then asking them, "Who do you say that I am?" And it is Peter who answers the question correctly. "Jesus, you are the Messiah." And Jesus tells him, "You're right." But then very quickly after, Peter gets it wrong again. And Jesus speaks to him very sternly about that. And then afterwards, immediately after that story, Jesus takes three of his disciples, Peter, James, and John, up onto a mountain where he is transfigured or changed before them. Again, sort of telling them who he is. So we'll be reflecting on these two stories and how they help us understand who Jesus is and how that matters to us today. So I hope you'll join me as we explore those stories this week.
And a couple of announcements to share. So we are just 1 week away from the beginning of Lent. And so on February 14th, we will recognize Ash Wednesday. Our Ash Wednesday will begin from 8 to 9 a.m. I will be offering ashes to go along with Reverend Helena from St. Paul's Episcopal Church. We'll be out on the Southington Green across from the Pepper Pot. So you're invited to drive by between 8 and 9 if you would like to receive an imposition of ashes. And we continue on Ash Wednesday. We'll have two worship services. The first will be at noon here in the meeting house. And following the noon service, there will be lunch provided in Memorial Hall, with thanks to the Women's Association who are organizing the lunch. And then our final service on Ash Wednesday will be at 7 p.m. And again, that will be here in the meeting house. So those are the opportunities if you would like to receive ashes and just to mark the beginning of the Lenten season with us. And then wanted to just also give an announcement and a reminder of our Lenten study, which will begin 1 week after Ash Wednesday, so Wednesday, February 21st. It will take place for 5 weeks, and it will be all on Zoom. And this Lenten study is in partnership with the Witness Stones Project. So Pastor Ron and I will be learning alongside the class as they will guide us through learning more about a difficult piece of church history. And this is the part of the study. We will be looking at the history of slavery in Connecticut, and then kind of taking this wider approach and focusing down to our church specifically. So the first 3 pastors of our church were slaveholders. And so as we get to the conclusion of those 5 weeks of study, we will learn more about the profile of one particular person who was enslaved here in Southington. So this is a really an opportunity to engage with our history. History, it might feel like it was a long time ago, but it is still very much alive and relevant today. And so we hope that you will consider joining Pastor Ron and I for this Lenten study. Please contact either one of us or the church office if you'd like to join us for that study opportunity.
So we hope to see you this weekend, and may God bless you on this beautiful sunny day.